the previous.
So your factory is doing what? Food product also?
Yeah, doing some tea and fruit, dry fruits, that kind of thing,
Right, sure.
and dry fruits and tea and some
Under
jelly.
under what brand is that? The brand
Vet
of your
joint,
product?
vet joint.
Joint. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So it's 100% foreign owned or joint venture?
My La Earth is 100% owned by me, but
Okay.
the factory will be a joint venture.
I see. Okay.
The R&D is done in Singapore. So I used to be run in Malaysia. Then after that, from there, I started because of COVID. I think we have to do alternative source of production. Hello, Terry.
Hi. So I go offline first. I just arrived back from Vũng Tàu, so I need to go and change first.
Sure.
Okay.
I also just received the message yesterday night for Ellie. Whoa, must be a bit formal. Okay.
Yeah. Jason, very professional.
Hi, good morning. I'm like a call center agent today. Good morning. Hi, Terry. Hi, Kelvin.
Hi, morning, Jason.
Hi, hello everyone. Good morning. This is Secretariat team. If you are online, please turn on your webcam so we can check your webcam angle.
Calvin rồi, Terry rồi. Bây giờ chỉ còn Daniel thôi. Chị nói mọi người tắt đi, mọi người tắt được rồi không sao. Tại vì tắt ra ok rồi.
Hi, Emily. Good morning.
Hi, morning, Emily.
Hi, Terry. So, Terry, you know that you will be doing a 1 minute, a 1 to 2 minute introduction during the election, right?
Oh, okay. Do you think that you can? Do you think that we can put the slide of my election proposal for food IG or food?
So you want to put your introduction in, right?
Yes, for the food IG. Do you mind I share the screen?
I think it is not being able for you to share the slide. I think it's better for you to
I will just say. Yeah, then I will just introduce it to them. Will do.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, I will go through our slide first.
Yep.
Share screen. So let me go through the slide with you guys. So Norman will be doing all of these slides about introduction of EXCO, also function of EXCO. and the secretariat team, as well as the secretariat responsibilities. Also, he will go through the SBG secretariat office, the new renovation this year, and then he will pass to Jeffrey. Jeffrey will then continue the annual report with the events cohort event of SBG from October 2019 to August and September of 2020. Then after Jeffrey part from the slide, then Jason will take over for the financial report here. And then we will continue with the EXCO election term hosted by Jeffrey. So we will post all of your profile here. So only for vice president and EXCO nominees, then we will have a polling as for president and honorary treasurer as well as honorary secretary. We don't have the second nominee. It's only one nominee, so we will continue to have Mr. Norman Lim as our president for the next term, as well as Mr. Jeffrey Lee as our honorary secretary and Jason as our honorary treasurer. For vice presidents, actually, we also have 3 nominees. However, we will have 3 selection. So we will do the poll for vice president. And then the next polling will be for EXCO. As EXCO nominees, we have 7. However, the number of EXCO, we only can have 6. And we will go through your profiles while the attendees is polling. So Terry, can you check for your profile? Is there anything you want to change? Then just tell me, I will change right now. Hello, em mute Terry hả?
Terry tự nhiên.
Hi
So
Terry.
I never mentioned my involvement in SBG. So I thought it was on the second slide. So I probably have to change a bit on the slide.
Can you write it and then send to a chat box? I will change for you right now.
Yeah, I will do it now.
Hello, Jeffrey. So for your information, Jeffrey is here at our office, and Jeffrey will be doing his annual report at SBG office.
Yes. Fresh from hotel quarantine. Very fresh.
Do you want to?
Congrats, Jeffrey.
Okay, thank you very much.
Jeffrey, you are the reason why we never go to office, you know.
Oh, yeah, I know. I warned you already, ma. I'm a very nice guy. I give warning. I'm still wearing a mask, okay, see?
You don't have to wear a mask.
Compliance.
Do you prefer to do the annual report with your all welcome, right?
Oh, I'm trying to check I forgot my Vinasan passport.
Venus, what?
Taxi card code. 84528. 845 286. 846. My Vinasan passport. Taxi code lah.
Okay, so this is the slide that we are working now for you.
Oh. Thank you very much.
We also note here, like which part will be Norman, when will you taking over? See, so for example, here then it's about to pass to you, so you will be starting from here. Hello. Sorry, mà tại vì sáng nay bên chị làm AGM á, cho nên cái gì chiều gọi lại chị được không? Ok, cảm ơn. Have you read the note that I sent in the PowerPoint?
Can you now?
Yes. I can quickly go through with you.
Đi đâu á,
Hello AJ.
Đó không, chị tự mute được đó.
AJ, can you try to speak to see whether your voice is working?
You didn't hear him.
We cannot hear you.
Quan chat này là cho ai?
Private.
Ủa em coi Terry có gửi tắt chuông điện thoại đi cho Ân ơi. Vi cũng vậy nữa, tắt chuông điện thoại.
Rồi để con gửi lại cho chú nha.
You want to sponsor direct?
Chú thấy chưa chú?
What's direct to?
Giờ rồi bây giờ chú bấm vô đi chú bấm vô.
Chị mặc áo rồi.
Dạ vâng.
Hello AJ.
Ủa, chị gửi tin nhắn
We
em
still
vậy?
cannot hear you.
Alo. Alo. Chú chào con.
Chú này nè. Dạ tụi con chào chú.
Chị nhận cho chị, có xếp á.
Chưa thấy. Chú có mở webcam lên được không chú?
Em mới mời đó, mới mời chú.
Này. Ủa?
Hello. Jeffrey. Can't hear you. Are you on mute? You're on mute. Jeffrey, you're on mute. Ajay, are you there? Hello. 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 Can't hear you. Can't hear you, Ajay. Hold on. Hello.
Afternoon, Norman. Morning,
Yes,
Norman.
Terry.
Yep. But cannot unscreen it because they already locked. The host already stopped the video. I only can unmute.
Okay. So it's controlled. The mute and unmute is controlled by our secretary.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. So sometimes it's not they don't want to talk. They cannot talk.
So it's mute by our staff.
Yes, it's controlled by the panelists. So we must use sign language.
I see. Okay, so Jeffrey, welcome back. Who is in SBG office with you? I saw Dixon. Is that Dixon? Dixon boss. Dixon boss. Are you on mute or not, Jeffrey? I cannot hear you. Hello. Kelvin, Terry, Ajay.
Yes, I can hear you, boss. I cannot hear them also.
Okay, I can hear you now. I can hear you, Kelvin. Okay, Secretary. Hello, Terry.
I can hear, but I cannot unmute unmute the video. I only can unmute the mic.
Okay, just make sure you don't make funny noise, Terry. Okay, everybody, we have Terry. Terry is nominating for ESCO. Some of you might have seen him. Terry, are you permanently based here, or how often are you here?
Actually last year I intend to go there and get a staff to post there. But
Okay.
Tommy, but suddenly cannot.
Tommy left.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see you now. I can see your video now. Terry, okay, if you serve for ESCO, we want to know how often will you be in Vietnam?
Actually, I will be every month in Vietnam. I got two years work permit.
I'm
going to start my factory.
How long will you be?
I'm going to start my factory. I'm going to start my factory. Once my factory is up, I will be most of the time there than in Singapore. But I need to balance my work between Singapore and the thing until my staff base there and get more ready.
Okay, understand. Good. Looking forward to see you here soon.
Yeah, because my joint venture factory will be up and organic farm will be up.
Where is your factory? Where
in
located?
Taining province. Taining province. Taining province.
Okay, okay. All right.
And one of my friend is a SBG member, Xavier. Right, he may help me up because actually I asked Go or Xavier to run instead of I running. They are permanent station there. So, but they say that they are not familiar with running an exco. So they want to do my mirror.
Your mirror?
Yeah, mirror in the sense that if they join my company, so I will nominate them to be next year term. They want to learn to become the member, but they don't know how to run an exco.
Okay. Okay.
So they actually originally I told Jeffrey, right, whether Go or Xavier run, because you all want a new blood. I said better let them run. But finally they are a bit worried because they don't know what to do in an ESCO. So then I say, okay, this time I run. You become my community member. In case I cannot attend, they can attend.
Both are ESCOs, both are Singaporeans.
Both are Singaporean stationed there already. They are already in SBG member for 2 years already.
Okay. Okay.
They are younger, they are 30 plus only. So they are not very familiar with running all this kind of association.
Okay, Jeffrey. Jeffrey?
Yeah.
How many proxy forms we have on hand? How many proxy forms we have on hand?
51 now.
Huh?
53.
53 now.
So we need 7 Darlene and we have quorum. Am I correct?
Correct. So I think committee members are done already.
Yeah, but right now we have you and Dixon is 2, myself is 3, Daniel is there 4, Kelvin 5, Terry 6. Both Terry Teo and Terry Tan 7. And we have just now I saw Ajay, but Ajay dropped off, and we have Jason. So 8, 9. We have 9 already. Plus 53. So we have 62, 61. We're quorum already, right? Nickly?
Correct.
Ajay dropped off, right? I saw him, but
I think you're trying to read because just have no sound. Connect.
Yeah, Ajay is back. Hello, Ajay.
Ajay has no.
Hello, Ajay.
Yeah, RJ is back.
This one look very funny. All ESCO only. All ESCO only. Daniel, where are you?
11 o'clock.
Now already and you disappear.
You sign on, then you go for meeting.
Yeah. He make sure the camera is facing RSP, so we know that it's him.
Wait, see if I
Ajay,
15 days ago.
can you hear us, Ajay? We can't hear you. Can't hear you, Ajay. Can't hear you. Harry Tan.
Yeah, everywhere. Yeah.
Comms check.
Yes, boss.
Comms check. Can you hear us?
Can hear? Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, Terry. Okay, we can hear.
Harry Tan.
Yes, I can hear you, ma. You can
Yeah,
hear me, right?
you wear like
Yes,
a priest, Harry Tan.
I just arrived from Vũng Tàu, 5 a.m. drive.
Yeah, you wear like that, you look like a priest,
Okay, more holy. I
I say,
learned
how
from
come
Cao
you have a pastor?
Ming also wear like this, you see?
I say, how come you have a pastor Harry Tan? How's Ibis food, Jeffrey?
First week is okay. After that, we're done. Yeah. The food is so tough that my teeth and gums are hurting.
Serious?
Yeah, man. Serious.
Okay.
The food is tough, man. It's cold, yeah.
Okay.
Your room.
Okay.
Okay, so I think we can go through the slides now.
Okay, Secretary, take over.
Em mute trước rồi anh Lưu.
You can do for me.
Tin nhắn.
Hi, hello everyone.
Oh.
Okay, so allow me to go through again for the slide.
There's echo.
Oh, because
you have to off also, yeah.
yes, off everything.
Wait.
Okay, off my speaker.
Can I?
I off my speaker already. Okay, continue.
No, have to
Hi,
mute.
hello,
Have to mute
Exco.
those in the office one.
And Terry, thank you for joining the practice session. So allow me to go through again the slide and the flow and also some of the notes. I would like to share some of the notes at the end so we can have a successful annual general meeting today. So first, at the beginning at 11 a.m., Mr. Norman Lim, our president, will take over and address welcome as well as go through some slides from the annual report. So here will be the agenda. So we will have presenting the annual report of 2020, election of nominees for EXCO term 2020 until 2022. And then we have proposed the amendment to SBG constitution by Jeffrey, and also proposed resolution submitted by EXCO and eligible members. So here are the slides that Mr. Norman will go through.
Okay.
And then
Jason, are you on,
after
Jason?
this, Jeffrey will take over to present about the events and co-host events
Norman.
of SBG
Okay.
throughout the year. So this is our first high tea session of 2019. And then we will have reunion networking night, and then you will explain why we have reunion networking night instead of reunion dinner, right? Yeah. And then we start to do our first webinar on March of 2020. This is we do with Baker McKenzie, both of them. Both of our first webinars was supported by Baker McKenzie. Well and Health Amidst COVID-19 was supported by UOB and Caplus. Yeah, the Well and Health is supported by UOB and Caplus. And then the summer networking event is at Caravel Hotel, attract more than 150 people.
This is our first webinar, right?
Yeah. The first webinar is know how to keep you and your family safe. Yeah. Yeah. Those two were supported by Baker and McKenzie.
Okay, family safe, and then
Em nói cho chị mấy cái
legal issues, is it?
share nói lại cho Echo lại á.
Em nhắn luôn hả?
Nói lại nói in group WhatsApp chị này.
That one.
Yeah, and then Joint Chamber Grand Networking we have done together with Bridgejam, CanJam, HKBAV, and the event attracts more than 300 people. And then we have the next webinar on August, on the past August, is collaborate with Baker McKenzie and Fumiba Specialized Industrial Park. So I want to show to members that we connect to them and support also our NCSM members throughout the year. And so here you just need to read the figure, right? Okay. And then here's the events picture. Here are our webinars. Jeffrey, this is Fumiba Specialized Industrial Park here. Okay. So after Jeffrey finished membership status, then from the slide, you're starting to pass to Jason. Jason will take over for the financial report. After Jason done with the financial report, then Jason will ask for proposer and seconder. It will take us 1 minute to note down the proposer and seconder. After that, Jeffrey will announce the proposer and seconder of the financial reports to close the annual report. And then we will move on to EXCO election term. Jeffrey will also take over this part. And then Jeffrey will start from president nominee to VPs.
Yeah. Then but because there's no other nominee, right, for the position, so
yeah,
I announced and I will also indicate that
Mr. Norman Lim
remains as the president for the next term.
Yes.
And then the VPs also.
VP we will do polling, right?
No need, but any contestants, man?
No, only
don't
3.
Don't have.
No
polling. No polling.
Okay. So also, then you can say that because we have 3 VPs and then also 3 nominees.
Positions.
Yeah. So Mr. Daniel Lee, Mr. Dixon O, and Mr. Seki Jung will still remain as our vice president
for the next term.
Yeah. Okay. And then I will show their profile for a few seconds, people to read through, and then move on to our honorary treasurer.
Okay.
And then it'll be you.
Okay.
And then for EXCO nominees, we will go through all of the profiles. You will just introduce everyone. Then I will go through all of their profiles. And then after they read, then you can say that, okay, so now, because we have new contestant this year, we have new nominee is Mr. Terry Thiel. So you can pass over to Mr. Terry 1 to 2 minutes for him to do the introduction. Yeah. So after he done with his introduction, then we'll pass it back to you, and then you will say, okay, now all the members, we have 2 minutes to vote for the new EXCO for the new EXCO members. And then after 2 minutes, it will pop up the result. And then you just read out the result for everyone and announce the new EXCO member.
Okay, got it.
And then you will take over for the proposed amendment to SBG Constitution.
Right.
And then after this, we will also have another polling for members. If the percentage is more than 50% means pass. Yeah. And then it will be a Q&A session. We will, by the time that you doing the proposed amendment, we will collect all the question and send it to you. So you can do for the Q&A session.
Okay.
In case there are no question, then we can you can ask every exco to turn on their camera to wave goodbye to all the attendees. Then we can end. That's it.
Any closing speech from our president, Norman, before we end the AGM? Normally have, right, Norman?
Yeah, we
Hello,
will shut
Norman,
down.
do you want to do the closing speech?
Yeah, we will shut down SBG next year.
Nghe được chú nói. Mở ra, chú em mở voice á. Chú mở rồi á. Chị nói thử với chú là mình không nghe hết chú.
When is our next networking?
Hello, Norman.
When is our next networking?
Because we are considering to do the AGM physical, right?
No. If we have quorum, then
but if we have enough quorum today, we will go ahead with that as a normal networking, regardless. So can we use that as a networking if we have a quorum for AGM today?
Oh, okay.
Yes, we still can.
Okay, so when is the date?
Because I already discussed with Sofitel.
Okay.
The date will be 8th of October.
Okay, so I can announce 8th of October as the next networking, right? At Sofitel.
Beginning October.
Right?
Yes.
Beginning October.
Yes.
Not end October. Beginning October, correct?
Yeah. In October, we will have two events. One is 8 October networking. The second one is I think it's 27 October. We do the Commonwealth with Bridgam.
Right, but our own networking is on the 8th October.
Yeah, and then we still have one webinar with UOB, but we are not sure at the moment. So we will inform later.
Right. Jason, any comments?
Sorry, I can't turn on my video. For the webinar, we have a plan already, but the exact date, probably we need to come back later.
Okay, so with SBG, right?
Yeah, with SBG.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Hello, good morning. Morning, guys. Ladies. Can you hear me?
Hi, Emily, can I turn on my video? Because I'm being blocked by you.
Jeffrey, you can turn on your voice and
Okay.
We're starting in 10 minutes, right?
Yes, we are. Now it's 10:51. 9 more minutes.
30.
Emily, can you help my profile change it to Le Vietnam? Because my SBG member is Le Vietnam instead of PS for Singapore. Thank you.
Do we have quorum?
Believe we have.
Yes,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10 Dali, 53.
Hello everyone. Just a quick reminder that please keep your camera stable, and for panelists, please don't automatically turn on your video without our request. as we can only record one camera of one panelist at a time. And we are going to live in 2 minutes, and also we will going to live our AGM on our Facebook and YouTube channel.
It's live on YouTube. It's live on YouTube. Hello, we are going live on YouTube.
I see the icon is already live, right? Live on YouTube, and Facebook will be live also later.
Okay. So this will be recorded as long as it's on YouTube.
Okay. 10 more minutes, right? 5 more minutes.
2 more minutes.
We go live in 2 minutes. Who can see us? Yes, who can see us if they want to tune in now? I think I need water.
Let me take a
Yeah, can you give me one? I think, yeah, it's also need. Once I start coughing, everyone will run away.
Hey bros, how are y'all? Are we live? Yeah.
We are live.
You're live. You're live. You're being broadcast all around the world.
Wow. I feel like why Norman look so serious?
I'm waiting for you to be online, bro.
Hey, we are early, ma. 5 minutes early, right? Can chit chat, right? Huh?
We are going live on YouTube already, my friend.
You want me to put I don't know, my backdrop a bit you want me to put the Zim nice ship backdrop or not? I don't know how to do it. Let's see. How do I sort this out? Is it okay? Is the backdrop okay or?
It's okay. It's okay. Never mind. It shows you're working.
I better erase all my trade secret on my board.
Can I have the
Yeah. It's for you to see the sequence only, right? Too small to read.
Yeah, I just need to follow the flow.
I can read. You can still read. No.
Some slide on.
I think you're recording already.
Yes, recording.
Hey,
Okay,
Jeff,
we are
you're
recording
already,
now.
Jeff. Huh? Jeff?
Turn off on.
Yeah, man.
You are already out of.
Yeah, I'm here.
Wow, that's
Yes,
great.
I ran away.
Hey, how
How's your
long is it
experience?
expected to run?
A wonderful experience. You are invited to join.
Yeah. Yeah. Jeffrey.
Yeah.
How long is this expected to run?
About 1 hour and 15 minutes.
All right. Okay. Thanks.
Announce to Mr. Aya that will turn off his camera right now.
Oh, okay. Okay, just to announce, since the AGM is going to start, we will be turning off all the cameras for the ex members, except for Norman, right? Yeah, no. Except for Norman's camera.
And you
and myself also, of course.
Jason.
And Jason, yeah.
Can you all turn off your phone or turn your phone on silent?
Yeah.
Can you all turn your mobile phones on silent, please? Okay. Oh, okay. Gifts for the special guests, right? Okay, so can we say when we are going live? Are we live now?
We live already. Let me start 2 minutes.
Okay, we are actually live now, but we will be starting in 11 o'clock sharp. That's about 2 minutes time. Yeah, 2 minutes. Okay, it's 11 o'clock now. We announced that the 28th Annual General Meeting of the Singapore Business Group in City can now begin. We will let our current president, Mr. Norman Lim, to provide the opening address.
Hello, good morning, everyone. My name is Norman. For those of you that do not know me, I'm the current term SBG president. This is a unique year for all of us, 2020, that we will not forget easily. Because of COVID-19, there are many firsts in this year's arrangement of business activities, how the business group is being run. And of course, this is definitely a first that we are doing an AGM webinar. Before we begin, we will check with our Honorary Secretary, Jeffrey, if we have achieved quorum for today's AGM. Jeffrey, could we confirm that we have quorum to start the AGM today? Jeffrey.
Thank you, Norman. Yes, we have proxy received a total of 53, and based on the current members, we have okay, we have 25 members actually participating in the webinar. But in terms of attendees, there should be at least 10 members right now attending the webinar. So we have quorum based on the total number of 63 members.
Okay, thank you, Jeffrey. So we will commence the AGM. So again, welcome fellow members, secretariats, fellow ESCOs, patrons, associates, and business partners. Today, we are going through our 28th annual general meeting, and it's my pleasure to talk to you again in my 8th year as the president of the Singapore Business Group. For those of you that have not been participating in our events and the structure of SBG, let me run that through for you. Okay, can we have the next slide, please, Jeffrey? Next slide. Next slide. Next slide. Jeffrey? Right, for the organizational structure, this is how we are being organized within SBG. Our current patron is our Consul General of the Singapore Consulate General in Ho Chi Minh City, His Excellency Mr. Roy Koh. And with us in the Secretariat Office, we have our honorary president, which is the past president, Benjamin Yap. We have our honorary advisor, Leon Chai, from again from the Singapore Consulate General Office, and he's also in the IE Singapore Ho Chi Minh City office. In our secretariat team and finance management team, we have our honorary secretary, Jeffrey Lee, our honorary treasurer, Jason Yeo. With the help of our 3 secretariats that do most of the heavy lifting, all the organization of activities, the planning were done and execution were done by this management team. Under the ESCO group, we are organized under 3 separate pillars. Can we have the next slide, please? So this is like what I've mentioned. This is our corporate communications team, myself, Jeffrey, and Jason. Our 3 secretaries in office reports directly to Jeffrey for the day-to-day operations of our activities. And Jason is our honorary treasurer looking after the expenses, daily expenses, money expenses, and of course, he will be running down the financial report in a while. Next slide, please. The first subcommittee we have belongs to the members' relation, headed by Daniel, our vice president for MR, and in short. Members' relations is responsible for all the social activities within SBG. So the ever familiar reunion dinner that we have every year is organized by them. And of course, our annual National Day that is held on the 9th of August is also held by this subcommittee. Previously, we have events like Movie and Makan, held at hotel, playing Singapore movies, serving comfort food from Singapore. We have bowling sessions, we have wine appreciation, coffee appreciation, business forum. All these were done by the members' relations subcommittee. Together with Daniel, the subcommittees that we have, together with Daniel, we have Ken Ang, Kevin Ang, and Elias that helps us in the next slide, please. Next slide, Jeffrey. Next, we have external relations. Wait. Okay, so we have enterprise relations. Enterprise relations is headed by our Vice President, Mr. Dixon O. Together with him, he has Ajay, Terry Khan, and Kevin Yao. So the main functions of enterprise relations is to create opportunities for our members to promote and expand their business network within Vietnam. We do this by collaborating with other business chambers, opening doors finding business partners or potential business partners for our members. So throughout the years, we have conduct business forum. We have talked about cryptocurrency. We have talked about investment in Laos, investment in Myanmar, and we have talked about updates on labor laws and auditing laws in Vietnam. The signature event that is held by or run by Enterprise Relations is our signature event called the Cross Chat, which is held annually in the month of November. And we have been running this Cross Chat 5 years in a row already. So do watch out for the coming Cross Chat this November. They might bring exciting and interesting topics for you, especially in the midst of this COVID-19 2020. For the past years, we have been talking about the Sino-American trade war and how it has affected businesses running in Vietnam. All right, next, can we have the next slide, Jeffrey? We have the slides on external relations, Yichong slide. Can we have the slide? I think it was before the ER. Jeffrey, the slide on external relations. Yes, thank you. So last but not least, we have the third pillar function of SBG, which is our external relations, headed by our Vice President, Mr. Sek Yichong. So again, the main function, the core function of this external relations is to represent our members and the Singapore business community and acts as a voice in addressing economic issues in Vietnam during the biannual VBF, commonly known as the Vietnam Business Forum. So this is where SBG will gather voices, opinions, suggestions from our members that have been operating their businesses in Vietnam. The challenges that they face will be brought up in this VBF with the central government of Vietnam. And of course, we also receive incoming delegations from Singapore. So as external relations, we have received business chambers from Singapore, like Singapore Business Federation, Singapore Manufacturing Associations, and even our colleges and polytechnics and universities when we have students that comes to Vietnam to understudy, to know more about the culture and business environment. Our external relations will pair up with our members and ASCO to do a panel sharing experience with the guests from Singapore. Okay, next slide, please, Jeffrey. We'll look at our secretariat teams. So our secretariat team headed by Jeffrey, he runs the daily operations in our office, which, as I've mentioned earlier at the opening speech, most of the heavy lifting of our operations of SBG are done by our three secretariats, as most of you or some of you are familiar with their faces when you come to our networking events or business forums. So I will pass on to Jeffrey to explain more about what his team does. Jeffrey?
Okay, thank you, Norman, for the introduction. Right now, let me go through the secretariat responsibilities for the benefit of our members online and also potential non-members. At this moment, we have Emily, who is our corporate and marketing communications executive. She's sitting beside me right now in our office. So she is responsible to plan and implement all the SBG events, activities, and marketing campaigns. And now we have Ellie, who is our finance and administration executive. She's responsible for the general accounting of SBG, collecting membership fees, and also taking care of the event revenue, and of course in charge of charity and ad fund activities as well. So you will see both Emily and Ellie at our events, and the last but not least is Vicky. So she is the marketing officer. She manages our social media channels and our website. And she's also responsible for all the EDMs that shoots out to all of you, including also for our non-members as well. And also you'll see her there at the registration and reception of our events. So overall, these three beautiful ladies are the ones that's actually responsible, like what Norman said. They do the heavy lifting on behalf of the Exco. So please give them a warm welcome. And now we have our new, not to say a new office, it's still the same office that's located in 115A Warrington Street, District 3. What we did was we had some, renovation, and also we need to purchase new furniture, because most of the old furniture that you see in the photo on the top left-hand corner are actually from maybe more than 10-15 years ago. Yeah, so we felt that the Secretariat team has done a lot of hard work. They deserve to have a fresh new workplace. So you can see what we have done, and I think it's a wonderful thing. So all members and non-members, you are invited to come and see the Secretariat office. Now we come to the events that we have hosted and co-hosted. As what Norman said, COVID-19 has presented a very unique situation for all the business chambers. So in this slide now, at this moment, this is still in 2019. We start off from October events of 2019 up to September 2020, because we have to follow according to our Singapore Business Group's financial year, which actually ends in July. Yeah. So from this point onwards, actually we have physical events in October and November. So November is our special signature event, which is Across Chat Live. We had the focus on the US-China trade war, which is in episode 2, and currently right now, still running into episode 3 in spite of the COVID situation. So we also had our first high tea session for parents, actually, for our members who are maybe have issues on social media, monitoring their children. So we had a high tea session, and in January, events had already superseded what we can do in terms of physical networking. So in terms of the Raffles night, we had a reunion networking night instead of a reunion dinner. So this was a call that we had to do. Because of the COVID situation, we decided not to have a reunion dinner in 2020 before the Tet holidays. So it was a quick decision made, and I think we did the right thing, as the COVID situation had exploded after the Tet holidays. Subsequently, after that, we decided to embark on a digital platform, which is very new to us. So we did our first actual webinar in March 2020, and the second webinar in April. So both were actually sponsored by Baker McKenzie. So thank you to Baker McKenzie for sponsoring these webinars. And in April, we had co-hosting events, and finally in May was our third webinar, which was actually co-hosted by UOB and Care Plus. And subsequently, we by that time in June, Vietnam had already managed to contain the first wave of COVID-19. So the government had enabled us to continue again on actual physical events. So in June, we had our first Raffles Night and Summer Networking event in Caravel, Saigon. So it was the first gathering, and I think a lot of the people were happy to actually see each other. And also we had our own, we also joined the Joint Chambers Grand Networking, which was in Sedona Suites. There were more than 300 people in Sky 28. So I think everybody was very happy to be able to meet, to do networking, and also to discuss about current business situation. But unfortunately, just 1 week later, as we all know, Da Nang had the second wave, or I would call it the second outbreak of COVID-19. So subsequently, all events were again suspended. And at that time, we were already planning for our National Day event dinner. But because of that, it was advisable for us not to proceed with that. So we had to cancel that, which was actually our also a second signature event for this calendar year. So we had to do our fourth webinar in August 28, which was sponsored by both Baker McKenzie and Fumi Ba Specialized Industrial Park. So many thanks to both of them, for both companies to sponsor this webinar. And finally, as part of the overall calendar year for Singapore Business Group, we have our annual general meeting based on the webinar. Because what happened is that I need to explain to all of you the current Vietnamese government decision to allow physical events only came out about 2 weeks ago. So we were not in, there wasn't enough time for us, frankly speaking, to enable to have organize a specific physical AGM. So anyway, this is the best way to proceed right now. So we have a webinar. So subsequently, I think our current President Norman will explain to you all about what are the future events that we are working on. So in terms of the event summary, we have 4 webinars that we hosted, a total of 6 events from September 2019 up to September 2020, a total of over 5,000 participants. Of course, please note that we also co-host events, which total about 19, and also webinars that we also join in, a total of 23. So these co-hosted events allows us to interact with other business chambers like the BBGV, Eurocham, MCham, CanCham, OzCham, and also the Asian chambers like InCham, and also the Thai Business Association. So these are the events that we co-hosted so that we allow our members to see members of other business associations. And following are the photos of our events that you can see. So this is the cross chat, our high tea session, our reunion dinner, TED 2020 networking event. We have the Joint Chambers Grand Networking, and our monthly Raffles Night, which was only about 2 or 3, yeah. And our 4 SBG webinars. We will still proceed to continue on the webinars because we feel that it allows us to expand beyond the current physical constraints of travel restrictions. So for myself, I just came out from the hotel quarantine in Ho Chi Minh City. So I can tell you, it's very, very difficult to get into Vietnam. It took about 5 to 6 weeks to go through the application process from Singapore, getting approval through about 5 Vietnamese government departments in Ho Chi Minh City. So I can assure you it's extremely difficult to go through this process. Anyway, we give thanks to our national corporate sponsors in 2020, especially our platinum sponsor, CapitaLand. Thank you very much. Our diamond sponsors, UOB and BSIP, and our silver sponsors, KPMG, Fumi Ba, SIP, and the Hammock Hotel. Thank you, and we are grateful to you for your support, as we know that this has been a very difficult year for businesses. And we also give thanks to our event sponsors, Novotel Saigon, Opus Saigon, Estella Place, Sorae Restaurant and Lounge, Caravel Saigon, Sudana Suites, Ho Chi Minh City, Baker McKenzie, for all their support in terms of events and also our webinars. Thank you very much. Last but not least, we also have our discount program, where we continue to give our members special offers. So we are focused very much on hotels and restaurants, as they need a lot of support from us, and also for entertainment and spa and healthcare. So members can actually access to these offers by visiting our website, our Facebook, and also referring to our physical membership directory. Yeah. So please let us know if you have any suggestions or recommendations for us to extend our discount program. Yeah. So we also have a birthday treats. Please remember that. So lastly, I'd like to go through with you all about our SBG education fund that was established way back in 2000. So it's 20 years, 2 decades already. We have actually been awarded with the certificate of commendation from the Ministry of Education and Training, MOED, back in 2010 for our efforts in extending scholarships to over, I think, 3,000 students in total over the past 2 decades. But back in 2015, after the great financial crisis, back in 2008, the Vietnam economy wasn't actually doing that well. So back in 2015, we temporarily suspended the fund with a total of 350 million dong, the balance, cash balance inside the bank, which of course is still continue to be audited every year by not only our honorary treasurer, but also by Mr. Ernest Young. Back now in 2020, we received over 400 million dong with the support of our Singapore Consulate General Office. So with all this cash in hand, as now currently we are trying to go through a review process about the best way that we can do to support schools in Vietnam. The focus will still remain on education, as we feel that this in times of this COVID also, I think education is the best way forward for poor people around the world to break the poverty cycle. Yeah. So we will continue to support education in Vietnam. So our membership status, of course, is we cannot expect it to be as good as pre-COVID situation. The membership status last year, at the end of last year, was 373. So as of September this year, we still managed to maintain the total membership of 321. So many thanks to the Secretariat team for their hard work. Thanks to Ellie, Emily, and we. Thank you very much. Yeah. So as you can see, the downturn in terms of membership is the consequence of the COVID-19 pandemic, which actually also restricted travel between the countries. So that didn't help us at all in terms of increasing our membership. So that is the final slide for our annual report. If there are any questions, please post it into our chat, our Zoom chat, and the Secretariat team will put your questions up for the Q&A at the end of before the end of the AGM, but after the voting of the next term executive committee. So now I will hand over to our honorary treasurer, Mr. Jason Yeo, to provide the financial report.
All right, thank you, Jeffrey. A very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jason, and I'll be presenting on Singapore Business Group financial report for the last fiscal year. our financials has been audited by Ernest Young, and he is a partner of E&Y Vietnam. So 2020 is a year of austerity. And although Vietnam's economy is projected to grow by about 1.5 to 2%, other parts of ASEAN is expected to contract by up to 7% on an annualized basis. So this has largely affected our individuals and national corporate sponsorship acquisitions. And as you can see from the financials, it has dropped by about 14 to 24% year-on-year basis. Now, we just want to take this chance to also thank our members and national corporate sponsors for your strong and relentless support in the year 2020. Now, in terms of our expenses, I must say this is largely a very responsible set of financials. We have kept our operating expenses in check and still managed to project a growth of 407 million into our fiscal year. All right. Next slide, please. Now, for our education fund, in view of the COVID-19, we did not organize events for the last fiscal year, and the closing balance at 725 million. Now, at this moment, I would like to ask a member if anyone would like to propose on the financials. And just post on the chat if you would like to propose. Right, can I check with the secretariat? Do we have someone? Okay, thank you, Terry, for proposing. Can I have someone to second the financial report? All right, thank you. Thank you, another Terry, thank you. I'll pass the mic back to Jeffrey. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Jason. Yeah, so let me announce that the financial report has been proposed by Mr. Terry Tan and seconded by Mr. Terry Teo. Thank you very much.
And can we ask if there's any objection? Any objections to the financials presented? Again, if there are any challenges or if you would like to take a look at the financial report, our honorary treasurer will be happy to share with you. And I believe they are available also, Jeffrey. Are they available somewhere?
It will be posted to the our website within 1 week later.
Okay. So for our members, if you have any questions pertaining to the expenditures and any questions pertaining to the financial report, you are free to check and to question. I pass it on back to you, Jeffrey. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Norman. So now we come to the portion of the next executive committee election term, year 2020 to year 2022. So just to inform some of our members who may be new to us, we have our executive committee to serve a 2-year term. This has been amended in our constitution about now I think it's 4 years ago, and this is in order for the executive committee to provide and manage activities over 2 years, over a 2-year period. So this helps us to maintain continuity and also a long-term focus. Yeah. So please let us know if you have any questions through our Zoom chat. But anyway, at this time, we will proceed with the elections. Okay. For the term 2020 to 2022, we have our president nominee, who is also our current president, Mr. Norman Lim from Medcraft Limited. As you can see, we have a brief summary of his bio for your reference. So you can take a minute to review. Okay, let us continue. Okay, so there are no other nominees to contend for this position of President of the Singapore Business Group, I hereby announce that Mr. Norman Lim will continue as President of the Singapore Business Group for the next term, year 2020 to year 2022. Thank you, Norman. Okay. For the next positions of Vice President in the Member Relations, External Relations, and Enterprise Relations, there are 3 nominees for 3 VP positions. Mr. Daniel Lim from RSP Vietnam, Mr. Dixon Oh from Eagle Trading and Logistics Company Limited, and Mr. Sek Yi Chung from Baker McKenzie Vietnam Limited. We will give you some slides on their bio in the preceding. Please take a few minutes to look through their bio and do let us know if you have any questions in the Zoom chat, which we can address later. Okay, so likewise, for the position of the president, we have only 3 nominees for the positions of the 3 vice president positions. So I announced that Mr. Daniel Lim, Mr. Dixon Oh, and Mr. Sek Yi Chung has been returned as vice presidents of the Singapore Business Group for the term year 2020 until the year 2022. Now we proceed to the next position. The Honorary Treasurer nominee is also currently our Honorary Treasurer, Mr. Jason Yeo from UOB Vietnam. His bio is now on your screen. Give you about a few seconds to read through. Okay, there are no other nominees for this position of Honorary Treasurer. So I hereby announce that Mr. Jason Yeo will continue in his term, in the new term, as Honorary Treasurer for the year 2020 to year 2022. Now we continue to the next position. Honorary Secretary, who is actually myself. There are no other nominees, so please review my bio and let me know if you have any questions at the in the Q&A session. Okay, thank you very much. And also there are no other nominees for the Honorary Secretary position. I hereby announce that I myself will continue to be the Honorary Secretary for the term year 2020 to year 2022. Okay, so now we come to the Executive Committee nominees. In this, the number of EXCO is limited to 6. So currently there are 7 nominees. So let me introduce them one by one. Mr. Ajay Pano from Raptakos Bread and Company Limited. His bio is attached for your review. Mr. Terry Tan from Leong Lee International Limited. Please review his bio. Mr. Ken Ang from United Paints. Mr. Kelvin Ang from KMC Transport Logistics Company Limited. Mr. Kelvin Yao from Funan Securities Corporation. Mr. Elias Y. Abraham from Zim Logistics. Mr. Terry Teo from LF Vietnam Company Limited. So now we will proceed to show you all briefly each nominee's bio for your review before I announce the start of voting. Each bio will be presented on screen for up to 20 seconds. Okay, so thank you very much for your time, members. Please, we will now proceed with the voting. So members have 2 minutes to vote. Oh, Terry, sorry, yes. Oh, sorry, Terry. You are supposed to have an introduction on video right now.
Thank you very much, Jeffrey. Can you hear me? Okay, I'm Terry. Actually, I'm running a business in Le Havre, Vietnam, for food business and green technology business on green packaging. I've been working with SBG since 2016 with various conference and working group during my term in Packaging Council of Singapore under SMF. I'm still holding a ESCO member in Food IG under Singapore Manufacturing Federation. So this time around, I'm running for ESCO member for SBG, which I hope to bridge the gap between Singapore and Vietnam for the food industrial collaboration, bridging the gap between Singapore Manufacturing Federation, the food side, and Singapore Food Manufacturing Association, hoping that we can bridge the gap between our Singapore food and Vietnam food together. So we hope to facilitate or do more network with our food members in entering Vietnam. So having a bridge with SBG as a EXCO member, I could hope to facilitate more program or more networking for our Singapore food companies going Vietnam. At the same time, those members that is in Vietnam could like to have a networking with our food members. So this is my proposal for running this EXCO nominee for SBG this year, this term. Thank you very much for my introduction.
Okay, thanks a lot, Terry. Yeah, thank you for your introduction. So sorry about that. We have now allow members to 2 minutes to proceed with the voting. Okay, you will see on your screen there is a choice of 6 out of 7 nominees. It's a multiple choice on your screen. Please check on the nominees that you wish to vote or appoint for the next term. And after choosing 6 nominees, you can press the submit button on the bottom of the pop-up screen. So the 2 minutes starts from now. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Excluding the proxy, excluding the proxy. We have the 30 seconds left. I think there are about 10 more persons who online who has not, 10 more members who have not voted yet. Please submit your votes now. Okay, 2 minutes has passed. Let us close the voting and we will share the results. Okay, so the nominees for the next executive committee are as follows: Mr. Kelvin Ang, Mr. Ken Ang, Mr. Ajay Pano, Mr. Terry Tan, Mr. Kelvin Yao, and Mr. Elias Abraham. Yeah, that is the closing of the voting for the executive committee members for the year, for the term 2020 to 2022. We give thanks to Terry for his enthusiasm to join us as a member at this point in time because of the current voting. he's not able to join us as a committee member at this time. But we will proceed to work together with you, Terry, for the members subcommittee, if the members also vote for the change amendments to our constitution, which will come up later. Okay, any questions on the voting session? You can put into our Zoom chat, and the Secretariat will bring this up to our attention before the end of this AGM. So let us proceed to the next portion, where we have a proposed amendment to our constitution. Okay, this proposal has come about because we also have noticed that our members have some feedback to us that they would prefer to see some variety or in activities that relates to specific sectors. So in this case, we are proposing now the formation of members subcommittee. The purpose is actually to encourage and motivate our members to have active participation in specific sectors, promoting activities or events that are of interest to our non-members and also our members, and also maybe in terms of communicating with other businesses in Vietnam. Second purpose is actually to provide channels for us to groom future executive committee members for our talent succession, and also for younger members to be able to have the experience of running a subcommittee and running events as well. So this helps us to have a progressive and actually a well-developed channel to identify talented people to join us as our executive committee. So this amendment is an addition to Article 12, and the addendum is actually to clarify guidelines on the formation of member subcommittees. Okay, so let me give you one slide only to highlight what is inside the addendum. There's a maximum of 3 member subcommittees at any one time because our resources are limited. We cannot run 3 to 5 or 7 subcommittees at any one time. The formation of member subcommittees are always subject to approval by the executive committee. The maximum number of members, SBG members in one subcommittee is limited to 5, and all members are only allowed to participate in one subcommittee at any one time. So this is to ensure that the members that participate in the subcommittees are spread out throughout the subcommittees, and there are more members who are able to participate. SBG members will be voted into the subcommittee or appointed by the executive committee. So that allows us some leeway in finding members who are enthusiastic. We want enthusiastic members who will join us and actually be active in creating events or marketing campaigns to support the business community, the Singapore business community in Vietnam. And of course, the member subcommittee must comply with the code of conduct. There is the code of conduct which is signed by all executive committee members. So member subcommittee also must comply with the code of conduct. All activities and usage of resources are monitored by the executive committee at all times. And the executive committee has the final approval on all subcommittee decisions. So this, all these highlights are actually added into the addendum, which has been circulated through our weekly EDM. If some of the members have not read them yet, you can read them right now through our EDM, which should be in your email box. Yeah. So the next slide will show that we are now voting to pass the amendment This voting is required of our members participating in the AGM as per our constitution. This amendment to the constitution will pass with a simple majority of members voting to say yes. So it's a very simple process. I will give you all about 2 minutes to review. If you haven't read through our amendment yet, please read through it now, and then please vote. Okay, we have completed the voting process, and the result is okay. 96% of the members that's online has agreed to pass the amendment. So we will now update the constitution with the addition of Article 12 and the appendix for the formation of member subcommittees. So now we are able to happily invite any of our SBG members to propose setting up a member subcommittee. So in this case, please feel free to contact any of our executive committee members, and then we will work on this together with our members. Okay, so let me invite all our new term 2020 to 2022 executive committee members to turn on your webcam, please. And you can say hello to our members. I am going to request our new and current and new president, Mr. Norman Lim, to have a final closing address to this AGM, because there are no questions actually from our members who are online.
Thank you, Jeffrey. Again, thank you to all our valuable members, associates, and business partners. We will try our best again to serve you to the best of our abilities in the coming term. For those of you that are interested in our event, the next coming event will be on the 8th of October. Do watch out for more information from our website and newsletter. Right, the 8th of October event will be held in Sofitel. Right, thank you so much, everyone.
Okay, thank you, Norman, for the closing address. Okay, as there are no other questions from our members, thank you very much for attending our very first AGM webinar. and hope to see you soon in our physical events that's coming up. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye. Thank you. Bye.